What's up, guys? Today's video is most women don't deserve a good man. All right, now I've been getting a lot of hate comments from the ladies, so let's just keep it going. Let's keep the hot streak going, and let's go into why these 10 types of women do not deserve a good man. Number one type of woman is the risk stopper. Now, this is the woman that disguises her fear as concern, but really, she wants to keep you small. She wants to keep you in a little box where she has all the control. She can keep you there. She's saying, oh no, don't go for that job. Don't invest that money. You're going to lose all the money. You're not going to have a social circle in that new city you want to move to. Don't move to that city. You won't have any support. She's going to try to keep you small, keep you tied down, and she'll encourage safety over your purpose/goals because your growth threatens her control. So say you're dating like an overweight chick. No offense to overweight chicks. Some people like them thick. But say she's overweight and so are you, and you start hitting the gym, you've lost 20 pounds, and now you start looking good. She's still overweight. Now she's like, ah, shit, like, I'm kind of screwed now. Like, he's going to go for a better woman. I'm losing control. Oh, he wants that new job? He's making more money? He might leave me for a younger woman. So she's going to do all these things to disguise it as safety when really she's trying to keep you small, keep you in a box so that you don't outgrow her. She's trying to stop you from taking risks. And if she's stopping you from taking risks, you won't get that reward in life. And you got to leave that woman. She does not deserve a good man. Number two is the feminine when convenient woman. All right. So she acts soft only when she wants something. Okay. Her submission is a tactic, not a trait. So she's not naturally a submissive person, but say she needs you to do the dishes, she's going to come up all sweet and soft and innocent and then ask you to do the dishes when really she's just not naturally like that. And she's going to be, doing PDA in public. She's nurturing in public, but then behind closed doors, she's very combative. Maybe she's borderline abusive behind closed doors, but in public, she acts like, oh, this sweet, innocent woman. Okay, so if she's feminine only when convenient, only when it's in her favor, she's benefiting off of you, that's when she's submissive. That's not a girl who deserves a good man. She needs to always be that way. Number three is the always the victim. Always the victim girl. I'm sure every guy or most guys have been with the always the victim girl. Nothing is ever her fault. It's always your fault. And your patience is her playground. Those guys who are happy wife, happy life, those guys, they get walked over all day long. They never get their way. They never have a say. And guess what? Their relationship is absolute garbage, but they're so desperate that they stay with the woman and they just take all the garbage, okay? So she weaponizes her past to justify mistreating you in the present. So she's gonna say, oh, I got abused in my past, or my dad left to Walmart and never came home, so now I have to treat you like shit. Because that's just my past, I can't control how I feel. It's my emotions. I'm on meds. So like you take what you get or you leave. This is just who I am. So she's always the victim. Never stay with the woman who's always the victim. She doesn't deserve a good guy. She deserves a bad guy and not the good type. Number four is the one-way giver, okay? So she believes your effort is love, but then her effort is optional. So you got to do all this stuff. You got to give her flowers. You got to go take her to this expensive date, whatever. She's never taken you on a date. She's never surprised you with anything. She's never gotten you flowers. Most men get their flowers, guess what? At their funeral, okay? Why is that? Because of these one-way giver women who act like they don't really have to do anything but just show up. You plan, provide, protect. She just exists and calls it enough. She's just the passenger princess. She pulls up in the car looking pretty. And everything else is on you. Everything else, you got to pull the rest of the weight, buddy. Never stay with the one-way giver. Make sure it's always an even playing field. Obviously, you can do like 60-40%. That's usually what I do, 60-40. But it just ensures there's never this one-way giver mentality here. And that's very important for keeping the dynamic right. Number five here is the trauma bond hunter, okay? So she's hunting for these men that will hurt her. And if you treat her right, she goes back to her ex that abused her. She goes back to that ex that mistreated her. Why? Because she loves to be treated badly, okay? A lot of these women, they have that trauma bond with a guy, and that's all they can ever think about after that point is all that drama, all the ways he hurt her, okay? And I tell you guys that you need to, hurt her from time to time, but she's going back to these guys where it's pretty much 90% abuse, okay? She mistakes peace for boredom and love for pain, okay? So if there's ever peace in the relationship, it's too peaceful for her. She needs chaos. She needs drama. She needs abuse, honestly. And if you ever stay with this woman, I'm sure the sex is gonna be amazing, but everything else is gonna be hell. Now guys, if you think I'm dropping gems here, hit that like and subscribe button and let's keep going. Number 6 is the princess without purpose, okay? Once again, this is the woman that just shows up. She expects everything to be taken care of and all she does is put on some makeup in a hot outfit and she's like, oh, I'm good to go. I did my job. Okay, she expects to be spoiled but offers no value except for beauty and entitlement. All right? Once again, passenger princess vibe. She just gets in the car, looks pretty, and you do the rest of the work. Her greatest personal ambition is finding a man who can fund her lifestyle. I'm sure you've seen those videos on Instagram, TikTok, whatever, where they're interviewing the girls on the streets and they're like, well, what are you looking for? Oh, I'm looking for a man with money. I'm looking for a man to take care of me. You know, that type of woman, she does not deserve a good man. She's honestly probably one of the worst women you can ever try to be with, gold digger type of girl. Just stay away from her. She doesn't deserve anything. Number 7 is the spy, okay? Maybe some of you have been with this woman. I'm lucky enough to have never been with a spy, but it's the type of woman who's more focused on going through your phone and doing drive-bys, driving by your house to make sure you aren't cheating. So she's gonna constantly be checking your phone while you're sleeping, opening your eyelids and using the Face ID, putting your little finger on the fucking fingerprint scanner, going through your phone, checking your texts, checking your recently deleted texts, all the above. She hides herself in the bathroom, locks herself in it, goes through your shit, going through your emails, okay? This is all insecurity disguised as loyalty, okay? And it leads to constant paranoia and control. You're with this woman that's constantly paranoid, and some of you don't even know she's going through your phone because you won't know until she actually finds something, okay? Which is kind of scary to think about. But this spy chick, she's never gonna be satisfied in the relationship. She's always gonna think you're cheating even when you're not. And she might honestly be a loyal girl, good girl, but that paranoia, giant red flag, something I couldn't personally deal with, and that's up to you to decide if you could. Number 8 is the entitled healing junkie, okay? This is the type of girl who's always working on her inner self. She's got her little crystals and her tarot cards and her salt lamp and her little self-help books, okay? But she never actually makes any progress. She's constantly saying, oh, I'm working on myself. You see her Instagram story, doing the inner work, okay? But she's always the same. She's always that same toxic girl. So healing is just her brand. It's just her brand, her showcase to the world, okay? But really, toxicity is her default setting, all right, behind closed doors. So these women who are always doing this self-improvement, healing stuff, you'll realize those are the most toxic girls of them all. Because A, what do you think got them into doing that inner work? Because there's something wrong with them, right? Okay? So these girls that are naturally like very feminine, naturally very loyal, good women, you never really see them with these books. It's always the crazy toxic ones that are trying to lie to themselves, tell themselves that they're improving every day, when really they're always just gonna go back to their old ways, okay? She doesn't deserve a good man. She needs drama, chaos. Just stay away. All right, number 9 is the boss bitch, okay? I'm sure a lot of you guys have been with this woman. It's typically like the entrepreneur, you know, maybe the real estate agent, maybe she owns her own salon, small business owner type women who always are like the boss of everybody, so then she's gonna try to be the boss in the relationship as well. Okay, so she competes with you instead of complimenting you. So you might be focusing on your own grinds, and instead of like complimenting each other, she's more focused on being better than you. She's like, oh, I just made $1 million this year. How much did you make? I made 200K. That's pathetic. You know, she might not ever say that, but that's maybe what's going through her head. You know, she might be the breadwinner a lot of the times, and you know, she thinks submission equals weakness. So a lot of these women are also like the feminist type women. So she's gonna, you know, mistake that submission for weakness, and she tries to wear the pants. Like I said, she's always gonna be the one trying to make all the decisions because that's what she's used to. She says, oh, in my business, I make all the decisions, and I'm making more money than he is, so obviously I know what's best. I know what's best for this relationship, so he better listen to me. Finally, number 10 is the comparison queen, okay? So she's constantly reminding you of what her ex did or her boss, etc., what they did better than you. So, maybe you have an accomplishment and then she brings up how somebody else did it better. How somebody else has this better accomplishment than what you have, okay? She's always comparing you with her ex. So, my ex used to take me to Turks and Caicos once a year. You haven't even taken me on a vacation once. All right? Your wins are never enough because somebody else always does it more or does it better, okay? This might even be the type of woman who takes a dig at your piece down there and is like, oh, I've had bigger. Yeah, yours is okay. Yours is good because it doesn't hurt. Comparison queens, size queens, just stay away from them all because you're never going to feel like enough. All right, guys, that was why most women don't deserve a good man. Now, if you got anything out of this, go watch some of my other content for more advice. Hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.